There we go. Okay, so welcome to our very first Getting Started Right live team call for new coaches. We have not done this before, so work with us, be flexible. This is a learning process for everyone. Both of us are like about calls and videos, but if we expect you to get over your fears, we have to get over our fears. So here we are. But honestly, so many good reasons why I wanted to do this. Number one, we can do Getting Started Right calls in mass, which is awesome for everyone. And it works really well because, you know, one of the joys of coaching is that we get to live life by design, right? And so for me, it doesn't really work for me to do calls late at night, but we can record these and then anyone can watch them on their own time, which is awesome. It works for everyone, and we're hosting them twice a month, so you have 2 chances to check it out. I'm going to put these up on my YouTube page, probably not this one, probably the next one, but but anyway, so we're really excited to be doing this, and if you are on the call as a new coach, welcome. We're pumped that you're here. So the reason we're doing this is a couple things. Number one, because when you start off as a new coach, it's like everything is happening at one time. It's like the weather in Tennessee right now. Like a week ago, it snowed and there was ice. And then like 2 days ago, we had a tornado. And now it's like 70 degrees and sunshine and perfect weather. Like that's kind of what it is when you're a new coach. You're like, everything is coming at you at once. You're like excited because you're a new coach, and then you're horrified because you logged into your online office and you don't know where to go. And then you're pumped because somebody signs up as a free customer, and then you're scared. Like there's so many different emotions. But so the reason we're doing these is just to kind of hone in on what's important as a new coach, because there are so many shiny things that distract you. You're like, Allison Hill just went diamond. What's diamond? I want to be diamond. Wait, there are all these things that you want to do and you want to be, and you don't know what to focus on. So that's why we're doing these, to tell you as a new coach in your first month, what should your focus be? So there are, in my opinion, 3 things as a new coach that you should focus on. And I'm going to give you those 3 things, and then we're going to break it down into monthly, weekly, daily activities that you can be doing to naturally generate achieving those goals in your first month. And then to take you from month 1 into month 2, month 3, to get you the shiny diamond that Allison just got, that you don't know what that is, but you just want it because it's a pretty picture, and to get you all that information step by step. So in the first month as a new coach, there are 3 things that you want to do. And that is earn Success Club 5. And we're going to explain what that means later more in depth. But that means your goal for 30 days is to help 3 people. No bigs, right? 3 people. Not a big deal. It can be easy to make it seem like a big deal. Like, oh my gosh, 3 people. I don't know. But we're going to break that down for you. So don't worry. Success Club 5. That just means helping 3 people. Your second goal is going to be to hit Emerald, which you can do by, during your same process of helping 3 people, you can go Emerald. And becoming an Emerald coach means that you had 2 people join your team. So that means either you have 2 people who want to do the same thing that you're doing, becoming a coach, help them earn some income as a coach helping other people, or you just find 2 people who want to do Shakeology, but they want to save some money on it too, whatever the reason. So by helping 3 people, you can earn Emerald at the exact same time, which is really cool. And you're double helping them because you're helping them get fit and save money at the same time. So like, I call that a win. I'm all about saving money. That's why I became a coach in the first place. I was like, I can save $32. Pick me. So that's easy. So then your third goal as a coach for your first month, in my opinion, should be to pay for your Shakeology. If I can save money, that's awesome. And then I can pay it forward to some other people and help them save money, like double awesome. And then I can earn back what I spent just to get fit. Like that's even better. Why would I not want to do that? And the cool thing is that all 3 of these tie together. By helping 3 people, you're going to automatically earn enough money to pay for your Shakeology. And during that process, you can become Emerald. So they all tie together, which is really, really cool. So those are going to be your 3 goals for your first month. Emerald, help 3 people. Let's call that Success Club 5. And pay for my own Shakeology, pay for my investment. Simple enough, right? So those are going to be your goals, and we are going to break that down. Mary Lauren is going to break it down into what you should be doing daily to make that happen, and then what you should be doing weekly. And then after she breaks that down, I'm going to talk to you about what a month as a coach should look like, and into some of the events in a larger picture that we have coming up. You know, some of you guys may have seen, if you've known coaches for a while, you know, you've had, you know, maybe you signed up with your best friend. Maybe you saw them share pictures of, you know, them from Coach Summit last year. You know, me and Mary Lauren, you know, at Coach Summit last year, whatever. You may see those photos and wonder what that is. I'm going to briefly touch on that and how you can actually go to that for free just by helping 3 people a month and hitting your first goal as a coach. So we're going to toss over to Mary Lauren and get started on, yay, I'm excited for goals, but now what do I do?
All right. Yeah. Hey guys. It's definitely great to have goals, but it's better to have a game plan associated with those goals, because you don't want to just be like shooting at nothing, right? You got to have a game plan. And luckily we have a laid out system that if we take advantage of it and are consistent with it, that it'll naturally lead us to the goals we want to hit. So we'll start with daily. Daily, the first thing, and you'll hear us preaching it over and over again, is to do our power of 3. And what that is, I'll break it down exactly for you. The power of 3 is 3 invites daily to a challenge group that you are going to want to hold in the future. Because if you're inviting someone to join you, you have to have somewhere for them to go. So you're going to invite 3 people to join you with a challenge group and do the full program with you. Also, 3 times a day, you're going to add 3 people daily to your network, to your page. You're going to ask 3 people to be a coach with you, to join you on your path as a coach. You're going to message 3 people. I hope I'm not going too fast. Are you writing this down? You good? You're going to message 3 people just to start new conversations, to build relationships, you know, to guide you to that potential invite. You want to start 3 new messages daily. And you want, as you get the ball rolling, you're going to have people you're going to need to follow up with. So you're going to send 3 follow-up messages daily. So again, 3 invites to a challenge group. Invite 3 people to join you as a coach on your team with you. Send 3 new messages to just new people to, you know, start conversations, build relationships. 3 follow-ups daily, and add 3 new people to your network. Now, don't freak out about the coach invites and the invites to challenge groups, because you might be like, okay, I'm brand new. I have no idea what to say. We have a plan for you. We have scripts, wording for you to say if you are uncomfortable and don't know exactly how to flow the conversation. We can hook you up, not a problem. And as you do it, with practice, the better you get, and you'll be a little more comfortable and things will just flow more naturally. So don't freak out about that. But those are our vital things we do with the power of 3, and those are essential. If you are here to build a business, you got to do your power of 3. And you'll hear us talk about it over and over and over and over again. So that's number 1 for your daily. Also, each day you're going to want to drink your Shakeology and you're going to want to work out. And you joined as a coach because you have a heart to help, and maybe you want to build an income. But your number 1 is you. You want to focus on you, your journey, make sure you're in check, and you are your number 1 product. It's not, randomly selling 21-day fix. You are the product. People are investing in you, getting to know you, and seeing what you're doing, connecting with you, And that's going to be why people invest through you, because you're walking the walk and talking the talk, and people can trust you. So you definitely want to keep yourself in check and make sure you're taking care of yourself first. So Shakeology and work out daily. The next thing is to share 3 to 5 times a day on your Facebook. So I know for some new coaches, you're like, well, I am used to posting like once a month, so this is an adjustment for me. But you got to see the value in that. When you share, think of your Facebook page as your website. Think of it as somewhere that people can go to know you, to get to know you, and you are showcasing yourself and your life. And posting 3 to 5 times a day allows people to get to know you. Also, very important, it helps with your Facebook affinity. And what that is Facebook is kind of like, they kind of judge you. Rude, but they do. And they get to know, they judge how cool you are by how many times you post and how many people are like liking that. And the more you post, the more your post will be available for people to see. So if you're barely posting, not a lot of your friends are going to see your posts. So in order for you to even like have people seeing it, you need to post regularly. So that's a key reason why we do that. But also, it's because if you're posting 3 to 5 times a day and you're posting with a purpose, which is what you need to be doing, posting things that showcase you, are positive. Don't assume that now that you're a coach that you need to be posting 5 times a day and it's all stock photos of the 21-day fix and just crazy fitness everything. No, that's actually the opposite of what we want you to do. Yes, I usually recommend people pick one post that's directly related to like the program you're doing, like if you're working out, you're drinking Shakeology, something like that once a day. But the other things, like uplifting messages, just showcasing things you're doing daily with your family, things that mean a lot to you. But also, if you're posting up like a photo of your family, don't just leave it as a photo of your family with nothing to say. You also have to add content to what you're posting and show why what you're posting means a lot to you as a person, because that's how you get people to know you. What makes you tick, why you do what you do, what motivates you, why you are who you are. And that will build trust. You'll naturally build relationships. Even before you talk to people, people will feel like they know you. So when you do start talking to people, a relationship is already kind of built because they know you. So 3 to 5 times a day, posting with a purpose, and that Facebook affinity, people are actually seeing what you post. So, okay. Next is personal development. And what that is, like uplifting books, you can use YouTube to listen to motivational messages. But the reason why and we have lists of books that you can start reading, but the reason why we recommend utilizing means of personal development daily is because it's easy to get into a funk. Do you ever have a day where you just wake up and you're like, I feel like crap, I don't want to move, let alone work out or reach out to people, I feel like crap. I know it happens to everyone. It's happened to me, But if you're reading your personal development daily, whenever I'm utilizing personal development, I like to do it before my power hour, whenever I'm, sending out my invites and everything, because it gets you into that mindset. Just a more positive, making you feel better, like you can do anything, move mountains. You want to be reading something that makes you feel that way and can change that mentality for you. So we utilize personal development daily to make sure that we're working on ourselves. We're working on ourselves and our mentality. Just another way, it's part of our physical it's part of our transformation. It's not just physical, it's mental too, so that helps with the mentality transformation that we want to go through. So personal development should be on your list daily. And then other things that don't take much time, but we should be doing, like checking our team pages. I know some of you, bless your hearts, you're pretty deep in the downline, so you have a few team pages to check with, but definitely just check in quickly, see if anything's been posted, daily tips, events happening, news, things that you're going to want to know. Just click quickly through and see what's going on those. And you're going to want to check your online office daily. Now this is something, even as a new coach, definitely utilize. There's, training modules back there. There's news, and you're going to want to know how to navigate through that, especially once you get the ball rolling and you have a team established. You're going to know, volume and legs, and it's very complicated. That is like 5 calls. So we're not going to get into all that, but you're going to want to utilize the back office and check it daily. So that's something that's going to be on your list as well. Now, weekly things that you're going to want to do are the team calls. Me and Christina, we're starting to do that. We're going to do that weekly on Tuesdays at noon here, 11 where she is. I don't know where you guys are, but yeah. So noon Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday, you can call in and we'll have something to talk about with you. Utilizing that will definitely, keep you on the right track. The National Wake Up Call, which is on Mondays, you're going to want to tune in, and we always, post who's hosting those and what they're going to be talking about, and those are definitely essential to call into as well, or at least listen in, because these are the coaches that are very well established, who have definitely achieved things, and we can learn from. So you definitely want to call into those. And weekly, you're going to want to do a challenge group post. And the reason why you want to do that is because people need to know that you're hosting something that they can take a part of. A lot of time, you'll post your fitness and your transformations and what you're doing, but people don't realize that they can do that with you. So weekly, you want to have at least one post that showcases that you're holding something that they can take a part of. So make sure that's on your weekly to-do list. So I hope that wasn't too fast. I hope you guys got that all down, but that's pretty much what you're going to want to do daily and weekly. Now, monthly, Christina's going to take the reins of.
I am. And I know a lot of you guys just got a lot of information, and that can be like, oh my gosh. But after I talk to you about what you want like a month to look like, and then tell you about a couple of events, we're then going to break it back down for you. So we're going to give you all the info, big picture, and then break it back down for you into like, well, now what do I do? So don't think that we're just going to be like, peace, good luck. We are not about that life. So for me, it is important to not just look at today and not just look at your week, but to look at a big picture and plan in advance. I used to be the coach for sure, and I led by horrible example of just kind of taking it a day at a time and a week at a time, but I didn't really look at the month as a whole. Things that you want to be doing monthly. Obviously, we have, for your first month, hit Emerald, hit your first coach rank. That's because, like, who doesn't want to be recognized? We're humans. Like, we like it when other people are like, you're a badass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes you feel awesome to be recognized for things. And you get recognized for that for just, like, helping other people, which is really cool. And then Beachbody, like, tosses you some extra money for that, too. Like, here you go. I mean, I'm just saying. See, Holly's like, write that down, Beachbody. Hold on. Ruth Spade just did that. Let me see what she did.
Yeah.
Success Club. You want to earn Success Club monthly. Again, when you earn Success Club, Beachbody tosses you stuff. They're like, here, have this free whatever they're giving that month. It's different stuff each month. And sometimes it's silly stuff and sometimes it's really cool stuff. So that just varies. And then every month you want to weekly. So weekly, we're inviting people to challenge groups. We need to be hosting a challenge group monthly. Your challenge group depends on you. Maybe for your first group. And a challenge group can sound, I don't like to call them challenge groups, but that is the Beachbody corporate formal name for them. Challenge groups. I personally like to reference them as an online fitness accountability group, a fitness support group, something like that. Because to me, like, I'm just going to be real. The former, I had not worked out for like 7 years in me, is like a challenge group sounds challenging and I don't want any of that. Like, no, I don't want, that sounds hard. I can't with that. Like, no. But like, I need accountability and support. So that sounds like something I want to be a part of. But challenge group just immediately raises a red flag for me. So I host monthly accountability groups. You do you. Call it what you want. But you should be hosting those monthly. And the reason why, and I think that you'll find this, and any coach who's seen success will tell you the same thing. To me, the biggest reason why I've been able to stick with this for 3.5 years when I couldn't even stick with a Slim Fast diet for 3 days was because, I mean, I'm just saying, I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's because of the support. Like, there's so many people cheering you on. Like, if I do not post on Facebook, like, I'm pretty sure one time I didn't post until like noon. And I think Mary Lauren texted me and asked me if I was alive. Like, and if I don't, if I don't post, maybe one day I don't post a sweaty selfie. I went like a few days where I was trying to like not post my sweaty selfie. I got like in this weird, somebody said something about my sweaty selfies when I became a new coach. And I was like, I just want people to know I work out. And I got all my feelings. So I didn't post them. And people were messaging me and they're like, did you give up? I was really cheering you on and following you. And I was like, no, I've been working out. I just didn't share. Like, I thought I was annoying people. But the reason why those groups are so awesome is because you have that support and you have that accountability. You have people not, to me, like a challenge group, it's not you hosting a group telling people what to do. Like, it's you hosting, it's kind of like hosting a party for all your best friends online. Like, you're all there together. You're not bossing people around. You're there like encouraging each other. It's not that you're a fitness expert. When I join these groups, I don't post every day like, today we're going to do your workout, and if you don't do it, I'm going to kick you out of the group and you have to eat right. And if you look at a cookie twice, like, you're done. And it's not like that. It's not like you're on some pedestal of perfection and everyone has to be just like you and you have to tell everybody the perfect way to do things. It's like you're in there just being real with people. It's a group of friends. Even if you don't, I mean, there are people who joined my challenge group or accountability group or whatever on Monday that I never knew. They were referrals from other people. And like, I didn't know them really. And they joined the group and we're like, I'm emotionally invested in their well-being. And it has been 4 days. Like, you become besties with people really fast by just being you. If you're struggling, it's totally okay to post that in the group. I actually encourage it. When I have a rough day, I post it in the group and they lift me up. They're like, girl, like, get off your butt. It's okay. Don't eat the cookie. Don't get down on yourself. I think you're doing awesome. You post your struggles and you ask people, hey, I've had a crazy day with, my husband's being a psycho today and I'm, it's just been a hot mess. Like, what do you do in challenging days? And you ask people, I always post at the beginning of my groups, treat this group like it's yours. We all are equal owners in this. Share your tips, share what works for you, share, everyone is an equal. So that's all challenge groups really are to me. It's just a group of women in a Facebook group all lifting each other up. You want to post daily? I like to do daily call to action posts like, hey, after, I like to give them some kind of an inspiring photo and a task for, say, like today we did a throwback Thursday, and I said to find a photo. It didn't have to be an old photo of them, when they didn't maybe feel good about their fitness, but just pick one photo and say, how they feel differently today. And a lot of them honestly shared photos where they just weren't smiling quite as bright, or whatever. It can be whatever, but I like to do themed days like that. On Monday, everybody, share your favorite motivational quotes or share what keeps you going in hard times, things like that. So they're not groups where you're in there acting like a personal trainer, showing everyone every modification for workouts or anything. It's not like that. It's not an online boot camp. It's an online support group. That's really all you have monthly. Another thing that I suggest that you do monthly is take a look at your month and kind of plan ahead. Think like, hey, okay, take a little calendar, just write it down and say, okay, every Tuesday I have a team call. And so write that down. Every Tuesday, team call. Every Monday, write, national wake up call. Figure out what day of the week you want to do an invite post for your groups. And write that down. What day of the month do I want to do mine, and plan that in advance. Write down if you think of some fun days, like if there's something that's really you, like Mary Lauren, she still does it sometimes. It's not every week now, much to my dismay. It's Thursday.
Thrifty? Is it thrifty? Because I'm doing one today.
It is Thrifty Thursday, Mary Lauren. Mary Lauren she should move into Goodwill because that's her jam. She's all about that thrift life. Like when I was talking to her the other day, I was telling her how cute her shirt was, and it was 10 cents. I was like, get out of here. I paid $60 for this sports bra. Get out. Like, it's good quality though. I'm just saying. I've almost talked her into investing in Victoria's.
We just talked about this morning.
We did just talk about that this morning. She might have, if Goodwill carries Victoria's Secret sports bras.
Yeah.
But really, so that's her jam, the thrifty thing, and it's part of who she is, and it's something she can schedule into her month. Okay, every Thursday, I'm doing a Thrifty Thursday post. Maybe you have something that's your jam that you like to do. Maybe you are like the most awesome cook ever, or, whatever, and you want to make one day a week that you want to show people how you make a simple meal from home for a family, or a simple meal. A lot of people think, well, I don't have a family, and a lot of people want to, or I don't have kids or whatever. Like a lot of people show you how to make meals for a family. If you're just flying solo and doing being independent, I used to be about that life. I was like, I don't need a man. I'll just cook for myself. If that's you, if you're like baller at figuring out how to get fit and make meals for one, or, it's just you and your significant other, and you are like awesome at meal prepping for two, there are people out there who need you. When I was an individual, like before I was, in a relationship and I got 3 kids at one time, like, you know what I mean? I needed somebody to show me how to meal prep for one, like I desperately. And actually right now, if somebody can show me how to meal prep for 5, I would appreciate that as well. Like, I don't know how to crock pot for 5. I can't fit all of it in there. I don't know how to do that. Like, someone help me. Whatever you are good at, like, rock that. If if you're amazing at making a messy bun, like Sarah shared her messy bun photo, and it was all like perfect, and people are like, how do you do that? And she made a video. Like, whatever you're good at, it doesn't just have to be fitness. Share you, and figure out a day of the week you can share that every single week. Like, your whole life doesn't have to be P90X or Insanity or Shakeology. There are other things about you that make you you. I suggest, even for your monthly calendar, take, like, in school how you used to make, what were those things called? I don't remember, but whenever you wrote a paper and your teacher had you like write down all your initial thoughts about a topic, and you made that big, you would write out all your thoughts. Like, okay, you had to write something on pro-choice or pro-life or whatever, and you had to write down all your thoughts, every word that came to mind. Like, do that, write down what makes me me, bonus mom of 3, military spouse. I mean, we're not married, but we might as well be. I'm obsessed with insanity, and I could do it every day forever. You know, I have cystic fibrosis. All these things. Write down all those things and figure out what makes you, you, and think about the things that are you that you can share in a way that kind of connects with people. So anyways, find those things and just make yourself a calendar and plan ahead. Because for me, sitting down on the spot and trying to figure out what I'm going to post today gives me a lot of anxiety. But if I write things down as I go, then I can think, hey, I really wanted to talk about how to make the perfect messy bun. So I think I'll share that maybe on Thursday. And so you just plan ahead that way. Larger events that you can go to. I love events. Events like changed my whole entire business. I was interested in coaching before I went to an event. And then, sorry, hold on. And then I went to Coach Summit, totally last minute. I did a new coach training and I ended up going Emerald, and I was like, cool. And I was like, I didn't even know what that meant. I was like, whatever, I'm Emerald. Yes. Like, there was a picture of me on the team page. I was like, don't know what this means, but people are really happy for me. So I'm really happy for me too. Like, I was stoked. I like recognition. I have no shame. I do. I like recognition. We all have our things. But I think it's cool. I think it's cool to see other people cheer other people on. But anyways, so I hit Emerald, and then I submitted my results for Insanity the first time, and I got my free shirt. And then I repeated it, and I resubmitted my results again with my original before and my new after, and said I did 2 rounds of Insanity. And I ended up winning the Beachbody Challenge, which I didn't think was real. I was like, those people. No. And then I ended up winning it. And so I got $500, and they just like mail you a check for $500. I was like, this is so cool. What will I do with it? And so I ended up using it to pay for a ticket to Coach Summit. And Coach Summit was like the month after I won. So like this was totally last minute. I took this $500 and I bought a ticket to Coach Summit, and I went because I wanted to meet Shaun T. I signed up to get Insanity certified so I could be certain that I was going to meet him, because they said he was going to teach the Insanity certification. That does not always happen. I was like, I'm going to meet Shaun T. So I paid $150 to get Insanity certified. And then I realized my hotel room was reserved, or my flight wasn't going to get me there on time. So I changed my flight. That cost me like another $100 because I had to meet Shaun T. I had to be there in time for this Insanity certification. So I paid all this money just to go to the event to meet Shaun T. It had nothing to do with coaching, like nothing. And then I got there and I was like, this is so cool. Like, there was this chick on stage and they were like, the Millionaires Club. And I was like, get out. She made $1 million coaching. Like, shut up. Like, no. Girl, please. Like, I thought she was crazy. And then, so my upline Star Diamond was talking, and she's like, I was like, how much do you make coaching? And she's like, I don't know, like $5,000-$6,000 a week. And I was like, like, it was laughable. Like, I was sitting there, I was like, you guys are nuts, really? How? And they're like, we talk about it on the team page. And I was like, that thing? I used to post sweaty pictures on the team page. I didn't even know what it was for. I just posted sweaty pictures. I was like, I worked out today, like, not in the challenge group on the team page. I did not know. I just came to meet Shaun T. But I went there and it changed everything. There were people there talking about their success stories in the same situation as me, people with, illnesses, and, I have cystic fibrosis. And so I connected with people, there were people talking, that had diabetes that were telling success stories, from winning the Beachbody Challenge. And there was a coach up there who was a military spouse, and she was talking about her story of, trying to retire her husband from the Marines. And, there were people up there who just wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And, all these different things telling their stories. And I was like, dude, these are like real people. I mean, I was sitting in, like, I just didn't see the opportunity in it. And then I looked around. This was when it was in Vegas. It's in Nashville now, which is where I'm from. And I live 45 minutes away. But, I just looked around and I was like, dude, like, there's so many people here. Like, there must be something to this. And so so then you get to go into all these cool trainings, and people teach you what makes them successful. Like, in normal 9-to-5 job life, like the job that I had, I was like, my boss will not tell me what helped her become the whole community manager of, like, I was a leasing consultant. I was like, my general manager, like, she won't tell me what she did to be successful. Like, most people in the workplace don't want to help you succeed. It's like, it's like cutthroat. Like, this is my position. If I teach you how to do this, then you're going to take my spot. Like, no. And a lot of times in the corporate world, that's how it is. We don't really want to help other people. So to me, to go to this and other people are telling you literally exactly what they did to be successful, because it doesn't hurt them. It helps them. We're all helping each other. And it's really cool how that works, because I'm not used to it. I wasn't used to it. So anyways, to make a long story short, I went to that and it changed everything. I was not really earning very much income at that point. Like I said, I used my $500 to go to Coach Summit, and I ended up reaching diamond rank a few months later, which is kind of complicated, but what that basically means is I was making enough income that I could leave my job. It depends on the strength of your team and a number of things, whether or not a diamond status achieves you being able to leave your job, but I was able to comfortably leave my job. And so I did that, and it was all because I went to Coach Summit and got, and just being part of that, I got this feeling in my soul. It sparked a fire in me. But so Coach Summit is, it's in July in Nashville. And if you hit these goals we set for you for your first month as a coach, you hit the Success Club 5, the helping 3 people, you earn that your first, second, and third month as a coach. And it's your first full month. So if you signed up today, if you don't earn Success Club this month, which you will because you're awesome, but if you don't, your month 1 can be next month. If you earn that 3 months in a row, your ticket to Coach Summit in Nashville is free. It's paid for. Beachbody's like, here you go. Here's a gift. And you get a call with the CEO of our company, which is pretty awesome. It's a pretty cool thing. Aside from that, 4 times a year, we have something called Super Saturday. It's all over the country. There's probably somewhere, at least within a couple of hours of you, if not right in your town, wherever you are, that you can go to and meet other coaches in your area, do a workout together. You get tips from top coaches at the event. Try Shakeology. You can bring friends with you who aren't coaches and introduce them to the opportunity that way. So it's really cool, all the opportunities that we give people as far as events and stuff. To me, I think events are like the lifeblood of the business, just connecting with other people. I feel connected with people outside of just Facebook, but like I loved Mary Lauren more when I met her in person and realized she actually is this weird. Like, it's not just Facebook. She's weird for real. She squished my face. She said she would, and I didn't believe her, and then she did.
I'm really weird, guys.
It's really weird. My hands are cold. So anyways, that's kind of just a breakdown of events and what a month looks like. So challenge groups, hitting Success Club should be monthly, helping a minimum of 3 people, achieving Emerald rank for your first group, running a challenge group, all things that are very doable and will help you as far as looking at the bigger picture of your business. So Mary Lauren, I want to squish your face now, like through the, anyways, Mary Lauren is going to talk to you about dialing it back in, figuring out your goals for your business and figuring out what you need to do to achieve these goals. Because a lot of times we set fitness goals, but we don't really set business goals and figure out why we're here. We're like, well, I'm just here to help people. There's more to it than that. And Mary Lauren is going to talk to you a little bit about that.
Right. So, I mean, I know a lot of the people watching right now are busy, and I'm right there with you. I'm probably as busy as they come. I have to juggle. I wear many hats. I have to juggle so many things. I'm a mom. When I started this, I was a full-time student, full-time worker outside of the home, and I have 2 toddlers, and that in and of itself is crazy, let me tell you. So juggling all of that and then having all of these goals I set for myself, it can be hard, it can be hard to figure out like how to balance it all. And that's where your why needs to be connected to your goals. You have to really dial in and figure out what is driving you. Why do you, I see Phoebe, sorry. What is driving you to hit these goals, right? So you need to definitely dial in, and every day say to yourself, I started coaching because XYZ. And connect that to pushing hard. Sorry, I'm getting her a snack as I talk. Connect that to doing your daily tasks and figuring out how to fit that in and make it work because it's worth it to you, So, yes, we gave you a list of things you need to do daily, and maybe that looks even on paper overwhelming. But that's why we want everyone to clock in, to set aside an hour. And believe it or not, the things that are listed out for you can be planned out and done within an hour's time. You just need to find that time and make it work. Be able to find that time. And I'm telling you, from someone who is insanely busy daily, that you have an hour. You have an hour to, like, if you find yourself, like, BSing on Facebook, just, like, scrolling through, and then you're looking at the clock, like, oh, I just spent 45 minutes doing absolutely nothing. I know I do it. I've done it a million times. And it happens. But you can utilize that time to really dial in and focus on your power hour. And that's what we call it. We call it the power hour. And you could do your invites, you can share, and also something that has worked for me personally that I've utilized. I mean, I don't utilize it all the time because I have found time to share 3 to 5 times a day, but there's ways to plan ahead and schedule posts. So if you know you're going to have a crazy week coming up, to set aside time to schedule those posts so they just pop up without you having to do anything. I remember we were at Coach Summit, and I knew that was going to be crazy. I mean, I didn't know exactly how crazy Summit was going to be. It was crazy. It's so fun, guys. You need to go. But I knew I should probably schedule some stuff, just to make sure I'm maintaining. I mean, I ended up having plenty of time to post up all of our shenanigans, but I remember being at an event where we were, like, watching things go down, and then someone turned to me and was like, oh, I just saw you posted on Facebook. That's interesting. Like, oh, yeah, I scheduled that post. I definitely didn't do that right now. So it's really convenient when you're busy and you know you're going to be busy to have content and awesome things that you want to say just done while you're busy doing the dishes or whatever, So there are ways to fit it in, but you need to dial in to remember your goals as to why you need to fit it in, and then make an hour's time available to do your daily tasks. I swear to you, as a busy mom, busy student, busy full-time worker, it can be done, but you have to connect it to what drives you. So anything else, Christina, in regards to that?
Did I unmute myself? Yeah, I did. Okay. I think it's important too to figure out exactly. So we're talking a lot about your why, and we'll say that a lot. And so just something to, like, plant a seed now. You don't have to, like, when you plant a seed, it doesn't have to grow into a flower that day, but just to plant a little seed and let you think about it. Why you're doing this is going to change and it's going to evolve, but start thinking about why. When I very first started, like, it was just because I wanted to lose 20 pounds and I wanted to save some money. But I do wish that in the beginning I had thought about it a little bit more, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't see the full opportunity of coaching when I started. I was like, okay, cool, it's a discount. I didn't, even when I left Coach Summit, I didn't leave thinking, man, I really want to be a full-time health and fitness coach. Like, I didn't dream when I was a little girl of being a full-time health and fitness coach. Like, when I was little, I wanted to grow up and be a country music singer. Like, I'm from Nashville. I mean, duh. So, duh. But really, like, most of us are not coaches because we dream of being about that fitness life. Like, it's not that. It's, for most of us, the freedom of working from home full time. It's not so much that I want to wake up every day and, kill myself doing insanity or hammer and chisel. I mean, it gives me a really good high. It gives me energy. It keeps me healthy, and I love that. But the reason that I do it is not that. It's that I want freedom. When I'm working on a post about it, and I have not done the math yet, but Beachbody is the longest I've ever had a job. I've been a coach for 3.5 years. I've actually been only working the business for like 2.5. I mean, if you want to see how long I dabbled in it, maybe 3 years. But so, it's the longest job I've ever had. My average job lasted maybe 6 months before that. I have probably had over 20 jobs in the past 10 years, aside from Beachbody. So really in like 7 years, I probably had over 20 jobs because I hated it. I didn't like the schedule, or I didn't like my boss, or I just didn't like the job, or I just got there and I wanted to kill everyone. I didn't want to be up early. I didn't want to be at work late. You know what I mean? Like there were so many things I didn't like about it. And when I finally made just enough to comfortably leave my job, it hit me how much happier I was. And it took me a while. It wasn't that I was happy 24/7. I'm not happy 24/7 just because I'm a full-time coach. I'm not. Coaching can get irritating and you can have bad days. And sometimes somebody messages you and you're just like, not today. Like, I can't with you. You do this every month. You're like, I'm ready to get started. And then they're like, I don't want to spend the money. And it's like, I can't with you. This is the 8th month in a row you've done this. Like, stop. There are days when coaching is irritating, when you just don't even want to. Like, just no. It wasn't that. The joy that I found in coaching full-time was the freedom. Whenever, Nick is active duty military, and you'll find a lot of coaches that are maybe military or whatever. That's just because it's free for military spouses. I'm not married, so it's not free for me. But you'll find a lot of coaches that are, and but there are tons of different people who do this. But the reason for me is because of that. This is his fourth deployment he just came home from in October. So he's missed over 50% of all 3 kids' lives. And like for example, just to break that down for you, number one is that I just don't want him to have to do that anymore. My goal is to, when his next contract is up, is to retire him. But even to break that down into a smaller picture for you, if I was working full time, he was in the field. So he was away doing training Monday through Sunday last week. So he got to come home for 12 hours last week total, one little 12-hour block. If I was working full time, I would have had to be at work from 8 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday when he was home for 12 hours. He got home at about midnight and he had to leave at 2 the next day. So I would have missed out of that 1 week, his 12 hours that we would have got to spend together that week. I would have had to be at work. Like, I can't even with how crushed I would have been. I would have been so upset. But because of Beachbody and the coaching opportunity, I was here. That last minute, thing, I didn't have to worry about it. When he came home from deployment, I didn't have to stress out over, well, what if the flights change? What if I can't be off work? Well, what if this, what if that? Or, he had, I hadn't seen him for 9 months and he got an entire 4 weeks of leave vacation when he came home. Do you really think my 9-to-5 job was going to let me off for a month? They don't care that he's been gone for a year. They're going to let me off for a month. Like, that stinks. You know what I mean? So for me, like, that is why I do this. On top of that, moreover, the 3 kids, he was actually during deployment, so before deployment, prior to that, he had just the kids every other weekend. We just moved in together after deployment. Just the kids every other weekend. And, that's part of divorce and life. But because of Beachbody, because I'm able to work full time, we actually got 50% half and half custody of the kids because he works, like 5 a.m. to 7 p.m, but I don't. I'm free whenever. So I can take the kids to school and I can pick them up. So because of that, when he comes home, at least 50% of the time. You know, now he can see the kids 15 days a month instead of 4. And if I had to clock in, that wouldn't happen. So whenever you're thinking about why you do this, see the bigger picture. It's not just about loving working. I might cry. It's fine. I'm fine. It's not just that you love health and fitness and helping other people. It's that bigger picture of freedom. You know what I mean? Like if I want to go visit Mary Lauren, I'm not going to today. But if I wanted to, I have not only the extra money, but the time to go see her right now if I want to. You know, it's if Nick comes home, if he gets a break right now from work and says, hey, do you want to go do lunch? I can go do lunch. I don't have to figure out if my boss is going to let me change my lunch schedule. And to me, like, that's priceless. And to do that and I'm helping other people, like, what the heck? Like, it's amazing. Like, even the kids get it. Like, they're 6, 8, and 10, and they're like, they're at kids derby practice. And they're like, Miss Christina's job is so cool. She's playing on her phone, and we got pizza last night because she did that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they kind of get it. You know what I mean? They're like, why would anybody want to go to work? And I'm like, I know, why would that? But really,
I think too, just touched on something big without even meaning to. Like, if you are thinking about why you're doing this and it starts to make you cry, you've really found it. Like, if I really sit and think about why exactly I want to do this, it makes me choke up. Like, my fiance is really sick right now, and despite being sick, I know I don't cry. I'm doing it.
She does. I'm so glad this is recorded.
Despite him being sick, he is out there still working 2 jobs because, you know, we need the income right now. And I am so excited to be able to both leave my job and bring him home someday because of this opportunity that allows me to help other people and to help myself. Like, that is a huge part of my why. And if you connect this opportunity to something like that moves you to your core, that makes you fight to make this work, you've found your why. So,
and you got to be off all summer.
That's right. I didn't have to work over the summer last year because of this opportunity, because it was bringing in enough. I didn't have to work. So, yeah, it's, sorry. And I get choked up. I, like, don't know what to do with myself.
Like, what are these?
What?
I still need that shirt that says I'm pretty cool, but I cry a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking you need to invest in that.
I cry a lot for no reason.
You do. See, I don't. That's why we work.
But really, like, finding a why like that, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to really think about it and see the long term. Like, maybe right now it's not a big deal. You don't care about, maybe you're not married or getting married, or you don't have kids, but maybe one day you will, and you're going to want to be home with them. I mean, you have to really look into the future. For me, I'm stubborn, and I figured that out. It wasn't that I had all the worst jobs. I had some pretty great jobs. I mean, I was in a management position at 21 years old, making more money than most of my friends who graduated from college and are drowning in school loans. So, I mean, I had a great job, but I hated the schedule. I did. And some people, you know, will be in this opportunity. They're top coaches who have made millions of dollars coaching, who love, like, there's a top coach who still owns his own dentist practice because he loves that. And that's fine if that's you. But for me, it's not. I can't. Like, I can't. I like to be able to do my own thing. And so finding that why is going to connect you, because there are going to be days when you wake up and you don't want to invite people because you're scared. People telling you no sucks. We've proven that as humans. When you're little, like, we don't like it immediately. Even from, like, the age of 3, when your mom tells you you can't have Skittles, you get mad. Like, it's natural. You don't want people to tell you no. We want everyone to say yes. But everyone's not going to say yes. Statistics show that 1 in 10 people will say yes to joining your challenge group or to joining the opportunity. So you have to accept the fact that for 3 straight days, people might tell you nothing but no. But then when I think, man, last night was the first night I have ever had to tuck the kids in by myself. Last minute, he told me, hey, start dinner. So I started dinner for us and the kids. And then he texted me 30 minutes later and said, I had to turn around and go back because they needed me at work. And I was like, and it made me realize that much more how much I don't want him to renew his contract. And, he'll tell me, he's like, well, thankfully, and he doesn't realize what he's doing, but he'll be like, well, thankfully, because of Beachbody, I won't have to renew my contract in 3 years. Do I out-earn him right now? No, but I'm like so close that it's scary. And like that keeps me going on days whenever I just get frustrated that people say no. Like that's going to be the thing that keeps you going on hard days. I have this freaking line thing in my arm sending medicine to my heart right now. So like, I'd probably like to take a nap right now, but I'm doing this instead because number one, I care about your well-being and I want everyone to get started right and have awesome opportunity so that one day if you're sick and you have IV meds running to your heart, your boss doesn't fire you for missing work, because I've had that happen too. And that is a horrifying thing. Like, is my car going to get repossessed because I just lost out on a week of work? Like, it's things like that that keep you going when people tell you no. And all 3 people I messaged yesterday told me #maybe not. And I was like, all right, that's fine. I'm going to put 3 more invites today. So those are the things that keep you going. So just to talk to you a little bit really quickly and wrap this up, because I don't want to take up all of your time. I want to talk about just, simplifying your day one more time for you. It's so simple. It can just be a lot, especially when you start thinking, man, like, how am I going to leave my job? Like maybe right now you're like, I hate my job. I want to leave my job and do what, whoever does. Break it down, because it's these daily habits repeated over and over that equate leaving your job or paying for your Shakeology or all those things. If you don't do these little things daily, that'll never happen. Take it a day at a time and then a month at a time. So your day, you're doing Power of 3. There are files. I don't know about the DC page, the Dreamcatcher Coalition page. I'm sure there are, because Mary Lauren's a baller. But the Team Passion Fire page, if you go to files, there's a section, how to invite. A section, new coaches start here. A section, how do you do Power of 3s? A section on scripts, because sometimes when you're new, you just don't know exactly what to say. You can't find the words. You know what you want to say, but you can't find the words. You can go in there and see exactly what I say and put it in your own words. I start literally every sentence and almost every call with, hey girl. So it's called the hey girl script, because I say, hey girl, like all the time. Actually I say, hey girl, hey, but that's another thing. But anyway, it's, and doing your Power of 3s, sharing on social media, sharing 3 to 5 times a day, something with purpose. Because like she was talking about with that Facebook affinity, you can't just share anything. You need to share things that impact people, something positive. To me, when I'm on social media sharing, I'm talking to myself most of the time. I really am. It's like having a conversation with my best friend through Facebook. Like, I literally say it that way too. I'm like, I'll literally start my post sometimes with, hey girl, like, I know that you're feeling down today. And I'll say, hey girl, because I don't really try to build my business with dudes. Like, if any dudes end up watching this call, like, I choose not to invite men into my business. I've always been, ladies, I only vibe with girls. I don't know why. I'm like a huge NFL fan, but I just prefer to work with girls, which is crazy because I used to be a woman hater. That's how the business can change you. Now I like love other women and empowering women. But sharing, like talking to your best friend, I'm just like, hey girl, I know that you're having a hard day. I promise you that it gets easier. Just look in the mirror and know that even if your day started like crap, you can turn this day around. I poured myself a cup of coffee. I turned on some awesome music, got my workout in, and, proved to myself, you know what, I am a badass and you can be too. Like, and then I'll do a call to action. Like, what do you say to yourself on your tough days? And then, that'll get conversations started with people. Those are the kind of things you want to be sharing on social media. Not like, hey, I lifted today. Because, like, that doesn't do anything for anyone. Like, it's cool that you have muscles, but, like, that doesn't help me or empower me. It might make me want to go work out, though. Post to your challenge groups. If you aren't hosting one yourself yet, post to the one that you're in. Get in that habit. Really take a look and see what people are saying. Check the team page. if there's nothing else I can tell you as a new coach, my sponsor did nothing for me. Nothing. I had to go find everything myself. Team pages are amazing resources. Go in there and see what people are. There's a search button too. So if you want to know Shakeology, like can people with diabetes drink Shakeology, go to that little search button and type in diabetes and see if anyone on the team page has ever asked about diabetes and Shakeology before. Anything that populated with diabetes will pop up. Pregnancy and Shakeology, type that in and it'll pop up. The Coach Online office, it'll tell you all the new stuff. Like some people will be like, hey, what's on sale this month? In your Coach Online office, it tells you. And being proof of the product. You cannot invite people to join an opportunity to do something and tell them that you're working out and tell them that you love Shakeology, and they go to your page and have no clue that you do it. You know what I mean? You need to be like genuine and authentic with people and show them that this really does work when you commit to it, even when maybe you don't feel like it on your tough days. Murray Lauren, anything else you want to say, homie?
I mean, I'm sure all of this.
It's actually only been like an hour. That's pretty magical because we started like literally exactly 60 minutes-ish ago.
I think we did pretty good. But
that's a lot, so that's amazing.
But no, I'm sure it can be a little overwhelming, you know, with getting started and, you know, knowing you want to achieve things, but actually diving in and making it happen can seem scary, overwhelming, like it might never happen. But take it right now, take it a day at a time. I mean, definitely focus on, you know, your monthly, looking at monthly, but also, you know, just day at a time, breathe in, breathe out, light an incense if you do that. I don't know if you're like me, but I love me some incense and herbal tea.
I like a gangster rap to get my day started.
Or if you like gangster rap, do that too. But just, you know, take a breath and visualize and think about why you're doing what you're doing. And rest easy knowing that we've all been in your shoes. We all had our day one. We all had our moment where we decided, okay, this is what I want to do. Now I got to do it, you know. And I want you to feel comfortable in reaching out to us if you have any questions at all. If you're like confused about something, if you're freaking out and you need someone to calm you down, we're here. This is the whole reason why we throw these. We want you to know that we're real people. And yes, we've seen success, but we also want to be your helping hand and show you the way that you can do it too. So don't be overwhelmed. Know that we're here. Breathe in, breathe out, yoga, whatever you do. That's my message to you.
I have one more thing I want to add to that I just thought of. And I can probably make a whole nother video on this another day. But don't think, some of you literally are brand new. Or pretty much brand new in the past couple of weeks anyways. Don't think, I touched on it in your challenge groups, but don't think that right now talking about sharing on social media and the importance of it and all those things and taking it a day at a time, don't think that when this call is over, you need to go to your social media page and convey to everyone that you are now a fitness expert. Like, just continue to be yourself, but just a healthier, more positive, purposeful version of yourself. You don't have to get on there and pretend like you're perfect. You can have struggle days. You're allowed to go to Dunkin' Donuts, and sometimes you can tell people about it if you want to. Please don't go every day, though. I need you to be a product of the product. But Mary Lauren's like, I can't? What? Oh, oops. But really, it's never about that. You know, to me, I think one of the most perfect posts that you can do as a new coach when you're starting is just explaining to people why you became a coach. You know, I joined a group of people who uplifted me. That's the reason why I did. You know, I didn't become a coach because I wanted to sell you products. I became a coach because I joined this group of people. I was nervous about it and I wasn't sure, but I followed this system. On my tough days, people lifted me up, and I just decided that I wanted to pay that forward and help other people. If you're out there and you're struggling and there's anything that I can do to help you, that's what I want to do. I just want to help you guys the same way that someone once helped me. Just saying that in a post is more than enough. Letting people know that you are not perfect. You're not here to tell the whole world that you're a certified fitness trainer and pretend to be perfect. All you're doing is just being yourself and sharing that with other people. So please don't think that you have to go out there and be some expert. I totally shared ham and pineapple pizza with the kids last night because I have no shame. But I woke up this morning and I had my Shakeology, and I'm sending my invites and I'm doing my workouts, and that's life, and that's what people are attracted to. Nobody does perfect. Nobody's perfect, and nobody relates to someone who's perfect. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's all I really wanted to say to you guys, and thanks for joining us on the call. It's recorded, so we'll share it on the team page so anybody who missed it can see it. I know we have like a lot of new coaches on the team. So
yeah, in the last 3 weeks, we have so many new coaches. It's
crazy. I haven't
crazy.
even checked to see how many people are on the team in my online office, but I probably should. I'm so curious.
In my downline alone, I think we have 15 newbies.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
I think we probably added 30 or 40 people to the team last month.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you have a team. You pay it forward faster, and you grow a lot faster than you realize. It seems slow at first, and then you look back and you're like, wait, what? But anyways, thanks for joining us, you guys. Don't be afraid to reach out. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Mary Lauren. You can just reach out to someone you see on the team page that's new like you and say, hey, let's figure this thing out together. Don't be afraid to connect. We are totally all family. We're open books. You know what I mean? I would open up my house to any of you if you needed somewhere to stay. So don't ever be scared to ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. It might be silly, but not stupid. But really, thanks for joining us, you guys. Do you have anything you wanted to say, Mary Lauren?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. I'll share that on the team page. I found this really cool daily activity tracker that I like. So I'm going to share it on the team page too. It's like a different version of how you can conduct your day. And it starts with a daily mantra of the day. And I was like, that's so cool. I want to share that.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to post it on the team page. But anyways, yeah, so thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the team call on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what the topic's going to be yet. I'll have to get with Mary Lauren on that. Maybe we'll just make it a dance party.
That'd be fun too.
That would be fun. We could have an hour dance party. We could all do Turbo together.
That would be good. I'm down. I'm always down.
Okay, but yeah, thanks for joining us, you guys.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.